I love your sense of humor. It's just that you may not know it's your sense of humor. There's just a sense of self, this lovely sense of being able to be quirky out loud, this projection of confidence in all that you are, all that you think, all that you say, all that you do. Aquarius, this is a beautiful aspect of you because it's one of the best parts of you, the ability to be eccentric out loud and quirky out loud and be so avant-garde and new and so now I don't want I'm holding back for a reason. I was going to say self-realized, but there is this undertone of I hate where I am and I hate what I'm doing. But I hate it so much, I'm just going to make a joke out of it. There is this sense to you of trying to be loyal to what you love, trying to be loyal to what it is that matters to you. But there's a conflict, there's a complication of not being able to get the attention that you want. Simultaneously, it's not because you're not capable. It's because you haven't really decided what it is that you want. That's what it is. It's that your focus is not 100% in a place. Your commitment is not 100% there. And that's not a criticism. It's just hopefully a revelation to help you understand why things haven't exploded the way that you want them to. The real reason is because you don't really want it that bad. There is a lack of wanting what you're engaging in. There's more of a sense of, I just want attention. I just want to be listened to. I just want to be heard and I just want to be seen. Then everybody else can go back and sort of figure out all the details. Once again, not an accusation of, oh, you're being lazy. No. What I think you're being is, because I don't really want to put a label on it. I'm not a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think what you're being is I think you're curious. I think you're in an exploratory time of your life, while simultaneously also being at a time in your life where you want something and you expect something. And that expectation in a lot of ways is coming through attention. You know, a sense of wanting to be recognized as something great, as being great at what you do, or a sense of being tired of what you used to do and what you had established yourself in doing, and now wanting to try something different and having the confidence to know that you can get this shit done. But there is this lack of ease that's underneath the surface. I have to say, there is a relationship that is giving you a solid foundation, a social foundation, maybe even a financial foundation. There is a relationship, and it is somebody that you know their value. You know their value. But I'm going to say this, I feel like they bore you in some ways. Not as a criticism that's negative to their character, in that you care, but they don't interest you as much as you want to be interested. And that's what it is. That's the heart of your challenge right now, is staying interested, because there is this sense of you of just jumping from one thing to another and not being able to stay interested for long enough to maintain the level of completion or success that you wanted to. You're like the strike the lucky jackpot type of individuals, a sense of it's really got to catch you. It's really got to catch you doing the right thing at the right time, because you're not going to catch it. You're not going to chase it. You know, you really do have to be right time, right place. And the wonderful thing about you is so often you can be, and you are, because you allow yourself to be led by your inclinations and by your interests, which is sincerity. And as long as you continue to tap into that sincerity, Aquarius, you will continue to get opportunities. The thing about it is, where is the discontentment coming from? Maybe it's not really discontentment with what you have, but discontentment that is almost like a sign, a signal, a beacon that says it's time to move on. There is that mentality right now that feels like my interests are here. My interests want to go here right now. Well, let them go here right now. And then throw yourself into that 150%. There is that beautiful aspect of you to just sort of wear on the outside what you're currently interested in on the inside, and just sort of, not chameleon, but almost like advertise it through everything that you are and where you're putting your focus. There is that beautiful aspect of you that is fearless in the face of newness. Simultaneously, however, and this is an interesting feature about your energy, is that you do want a sense of security. You do want to know that at least somebody in your life is taking care of the details, is taking care of, I mean, I'm talking, because I know you guys you're attuned to details and things that interest you, and projects and things that intrigue you. But in terms of life, I guess what I'm saying is, you do want partnership. You want a solid partnership so that somebody else can take care of the not so fun stuff, and you can take care of, and by fun, I don't mean my version of fun. I mean your version of fun, which is things that intrigue you and interest you. And I do believe, and I said this all last year, this was this wonderful uptick in your success rate, in your ability to get things done and move things forward and be recognized. And that's what it actually is. Because in a lot of aspects, and this may be why you clash with Leos on so many circumstances, is you do want the attention. Normally, you want the attention so that you're getting the attention to distribute it to the community. You know what I'm saying? You want to bring attention to something that is important to you, an issue that's important to you, thoughts that are important to you. You want to bring attention to it. But to bring attention to it, you have to first get attention to you. And last year there was sort of this ease of doing this. And I have to say, I gotta say, what you're feeling right now, if you felt like there's been a stall in any capacity, it's because Saturn has gone back into Capricorn, and it's sort of taken its energy away from Aquarius, and we're pending Jupiter moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. So there is this sense of, you are in a holding pattern right now. Not because you aren't capable of getting things done, but because this big energy that's coming to you as of, I don't know, I would say December of this year. And we're in the age of Aquarius, right? So there's this sense of really getting Saturn and Jupiter. There's beautiful aspects of getting that Saturn and Jupiter energy into Aquarius. But there also is a lot of responsibility there. And I feel like that's that sense of, well, how much responsibility do I have? Because I do want people to listen to me, and I do want people to take me seriously, but then I also want them to leave me the fuck alone and let me move on to what else interests me. I don't want the expectations. I don't want their expectations to get in the way of my journey, right? From one step to another. And this could be almost compartmentalized or becoming manifested in a specific relationship right now that you're dealing with right now, as sort of a preparatory period of what you'll be dealing on a larger scale next year. This sense of huge responsibility when Saturn and Jupiter comes in, and it's like, it's huge responsibility that you're not really going to be able to escape. And there's that lack of freedom that I feel like has been bothering you in some aspects, because you do want it all. You just don't want the responsibility of it all. And it's not because you're not a responsible person. You're an extremely responsible person when you're allowed to move the way that you want to move. It's this sense of accountability from outside sources. It's this that sense of expectation that you're not getting to lead, that's coming at you from somebody else. That's almost like, and the reason why it's irritating you is because it interferes with your thought process. It interferes with your ability to creatively think and critical thinking. It starts to interfere. And honestly, you'd rather be at a point where you can just be, shut up and fucking leave me alone. Just let me handle the shit. You know, let me handle it. I'll do it. I'll do it on my own pace. If you just have patience, your questions will probably be answered later on in the paragraph. That kind of thing. That kind of energy. And I feel like that's coming to a head right now with a specific person in your life. Now, let's get into the cards. The cards are like, look at, open up to infinite possibility. This is your card. This is your energy. This is the star card equivalent. Like, this is the equivalent of the star card in the tarot for me in this deck. So this is the energy of, you're going to get that public recognition. You are doing a great job. People freaking adore you. But then this comes on and there's this sense of, but it's trashy. It's not everything that I expected. But there's this dump that's happening on top of me. It's like, why can't it just be fucking good? Can I just like, I mean, can I just not, what's the issue? Can I just not enjoy this? Can I shine? Can I shine without any burn? No, that's not possible. Right? Because this is a star, and stars burn and explode in order to get that shine. So there is that sense of, but I think that's what it is. You feel like you're working too hard. You feel like you're draining yourself in order to shine the way that you want to shine. And you don't like that feeling. You want the feeling of feeling accomplished, and you want that feeling of purity of the moment. And this is like the rub between Aquarians and even all air signs, because you have all air signs present in your reading. It's the rub of air signs versus earth signs, that transforming an idea into a reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's such a purity of thought. The thoughts are so pure, they're unencumbered, right? But translating that thought into a tangible, it's clumsy, it's dusty, it's dirty, it takes a lot more energy than you could have ever imagined, because for you, thoughts don't take any energy at all. Thoughts are breath for you. That's what they are. They are air itself. They are your air. They're the air for the air signs. That's what thoughts are. Thoughts and ideas are air for you guys. They feed your soul, but translating them into reality, which is why, honest to God, I'm going to say this, you would rather somebody else just be doing the fucking work for you, but simultaneously, will they do it the way that you want them to do it? No. The only one that can do it as perfectly as you is you yourself. And there's just this sense of really feeling drained right now, really feeling like you are putting all this fuel in and you're only getting like 5 miles to the gallon. So you're putting on a real good face here, right? There's this sense of it's destined, it's destiny, things are uncertain, and it's driving you a little bit crazy. It's making you feel vulnerable and susceptible to accident, injury, or not even just accident and injury, a sense of questioning who you are. Because I'm going to say this to you. it's a mucky period right now. It's a murky period. This is a sense of it's unknown. The unknown is there. I understand why the sun and the moon is in Cancer. It always gets a little bit, Mercury, it was out of retrograde on the 15th. I don't know where it is right now. I haven't checked the charts. I apologize for that. But there is this sense, is what I'm saying is, it isn't you. It's the energy that you're in right now. It's a feeling more than it is a reality. And yes, you do feel worn, and you do feel stressed, and you do feel strained. What does that mean? Why do you feel that way? Well, because the energy around you is not native to you. It's not native to your energy. It's not free flowing. It's water. It still has a current. It still has a current, but it moves heavier. You know, it is more lethargic. And that's why I feel like where you would be burning like a mile a minute, you're just like burning and not even getting a couple of feet. And that's what you feel right now. Okay. Part of the relief of that may be to expect it. But there is this definitely sense of self, sense of there's something that you're hiding. There's a part of you that you're keeping bottled up, because outwardly you want to shine very, very bright. You want to keep up that shine, but underneath you're like pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. It's almost like the Wizard of Oz complex right now, where you're like pumping all those things, all those knobs and all those things. And you know, there's this sense of working so hard on the image that you want to project that you are starting to feel the exhaustion that is coming from keeping up the image of the celebrity or the star that you want. You're feeling a lot of drain. Okay, you're feeling like the attention is not there. You're also hearing criticisms. Remember, I talked about that in the channeled message. You're hearing more criticisms than you want to hear. Somebody isn't happy with you, as happy as you want them to be, in order for them to stay the fuck out of your hair and let your life be easy, right? There's this sense of, Jesus Christ, why are you being so critical of me right now? What is going on right now that there's so much not trusting me or not believing in me, questioning me, criticizing me? Where the fuck is this coming from? And like I said, this is that manifestation of this. You're probably dealing with it specifically with one person right now. This is sort of like the preparatory period of next year. Well, there will be a lot of focus on you and a lot of expectation on you. But with that attention comes a great deal of responsibility. And that is heavy. So this is almost like your workout period or your training camp, Aquarius. I'll keep getting into the cards. There is definitely somebody. This is Taurus energy. This is earth energy. This is the expectation of the practical. This is the expectation of the tangible that's really starting to build up. Little things are starting to get to them. I don't know if you're dealing with a Taurus, but there's a lot of air energy here. It's almost like they become too much. They become too needy and they become too dependent upon you. You're starting to see the little things build up, and the more and more you don't like them. You don't like those little tidbits that are like just gnawing at you, and it's like more come every single day. Why are you gnawing at me so much? Where is all this? It's because it's been building for a while. But the energy has been such that it has been easier for you to ignore it. And now it's sort of in your face and it's frustrating you. And all of a sudden you see, holy shit, it's not just one mouse that keeps visiting me. Oh, no, look, he's kind of cute. Holy fuck nuts. He has 50 of his relatives shitting all over my cabinet every single night. That's not cute. That's that sense. But it has been there. It's just built up over time. And there is this sense of you feeling something building. There is this sense of in the future, you can see that this isn't getting better. It's actually getting worse. And that's frustrating you. And you're working overtime, but because you're killing one mouse at a time. And that's what it is. Right now, you're at maybe it's just the position of your life right now. You can only like take on one at a time, but they come faster and they multiply faster than you can keep up with. That's what this is. It's like if you kill one mouse, and I don't mean to sound horrible. I know you guys probably, maybe I should do a different metaphor, but there is this sense of, it's almost like the, what is that mythical animal? Is it the Hydra? You cut off one head to grow back. That's that feeling right now. And that's why you're like chopping off. But it's like more just keeps coming out. Where is this fucking coming from? Where? I mean, it really is those expectations, those challenges of prepare. I just have this feeling that you're dealing with one person where loyalty is in question, where the partnership has become almost extremely codependent, extremely needy upon you, to the point where you have fantasies or actual real dreams about being free of it. This is Cancerian energy, and we're still in Cancerian season. And that's what I'm saying is this Cancerian energy of being really needy and wanting connection really badly and being so desperate for connection. There is this sense of just all up on you all the time, and passive aggressively not saying to you, I don't fucking trust you, that's why I need to be everywhere you go. But instead of saying that out loud, which you could probably handle or field that shit, instead they're just like, no, I want to spend more time with you. No. Oh, you're gonna go out? Why are you going out? Like it's that sense. Why can't you just tell me what is really on your fucking mind? Why can't you just tell me what you really feel? This is a codependent partnership. This is a sense of putting the partnership at such a high level of importance for an insincere reason, and not as an insincere reason like they're cheating on you or that you're cheating on them, but the insincere reason that they're not telling you what they're really having a problem with. They're not telling you what they're really upset, and that's what's burdening you. Because it's almost like, all right, I'm just going to go along with this show and let them come to me because I don't really know what the fuck. I know there's a fucking problem, but it's like, I'm just going to try to like pretend like everything is okay. And it's becoming more and more laborious for you to do that because they're becoming heavier and heavier and heavier with their need of you to help them feel good when they don't really feel good. And therein lies the problem. Therein really lies the problem. It's them not feeling good and you not confronting the fact that you know that they don't feel good because you're trying to wait for them to like say it themselves. This is an energy of somebody who will not say it themselves. They will just continue to make everything okay when it's fucking not okay. And you, this is your energy too, just have this almost fantasy in your mind now of, I just need to get the fuck away from this. I just need to get the fuck out of here for a while. Can somebody please just, and it's not even that you want to leave the relationship, whatever the relationship is. It's that you just need a goddamn break, some space away from the fucking heavy right now. That's what you need. And I think you're starting to act out in little ways that are growing, that are getting bigger. Maybe you're spending a lot of money. You're spending more money than you should because it makes you feel in control, and it makes you also feel like you're creative. You're creating something. You're doing something. You feel in control when you're shopping, buying, purchasing, working on a project that keeps getting more and more expensive. But you're doing it as a distraction to escape this uncomfortable situation with this person who is escaping an uncomfortable situation inside themselves because they just want to keep trying to make everything okay when it's really not okay. They're afraid that you're going to leave them. And their behavior, because of their fear, is what's actually making you want to leave them. That is some crazy shit. And I understand why you're not talking to them. Because you're not just confronting them about it. I understand why. because they're the type of individual, this is the type of situation where if you confronted it dead on, because you've probably tried to confront it dead on, but they always say, nothing's wrong, nothing. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. And I mean, ultimately, I think what might need to happen is you do need to get away. And you do need to say, I'm not coming back until you can articulate to me, or, you know, find your big girl or big boy panties and say to me what it is you feel. Because right now you are a weight around my ankle, and I'm exerting all of this energy just to tread water, just to keep my head above it. You literally are drowning me right now. I know that you're feeling this way. I know something is up. And until you're ready to fucking be a big girl or big boy and fucking confront me about it, I'm out of here. But now you're using your escape in little ways. And the little ways just keep building and building and building. And it's because you're trying to distract yourself. You're trying to distract yourself from this weight around your ankle. And the distractions are actually just wearing you out even more. I'm starting something new, Aquarius. Yes, there's always an extended reading, but what I'm starting new is I'm going to channel angel and spirit guide messages for you right now. They have a completely different voice than my own. No, it's going to be my voice, but there's this sense of when I use these cards, because I use them all the time in my dailies. If you watch my dailies, you'll know it. There's this beautiful essence that happens to the readings that I'm going to start adding on to each of the readings. So let's get into these angel spirit messages right now. There is a link to the extended, of course. That's the full tarot spread where we will continue to try to suss out like what you need to do and how you can solve this issue. And, you know, it's not your issue. It's really not, well, your reaction to it is your issue to solve, but it's not really your issue to solve. It's their problem. And on some level, you know that, but it's just impacting you so tremendously because when you're in a relationship, Aquarius, you don't like to leave it. You want to do everything you can to make it work out. And that's where that fixed energy comes into your life and who you are. That sense of once I allow myself to be emotionally vulnerable to somebody, because I don't like to do that shit often. So I got to make this work. But there is that sense of we need more information from the tarot. But as I shuffle these cards, I just want to see what the spirit messages are for you. Okay. Let's shuffle one more time. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely need some healing. You definitely need some healing. Okay. Archangel Uriel. A great spiritual transformation is currently occurring both in your life and in our world. This is the union of heaven and earth, spirit and matter. Remember when heart and mind unite in harmonious balance. So there is that sense of standing on the edge of stepping deeper into a relationship, mattering more to them, and allowing yourself to matter more. There is that sense of if I take the next step, then I'm all in and can't step out. And maybe that's what really is the heart of what is worrying you. Anxiety. We surround you with the healing light of amethyst. So please, if you've been seeing purple light around you, little glimpses of purple, there is that sense of the spirits trying to heal you. Or take amethyst and start wearing it on you in a necklace. Sometimes I just stick it in my bra, I'm not going to lie. Just wear it on yourself to try to use the energy of the amethyst to heal you. Take a deep breath and breathe in this beautiful violet light. Feel your anxiety melting away. There is nothing to fear. There is only love. Because there is that sense of really being afraid to matter or be that important to somebody. But if you really want all that attention, you're going to be important to a lot of somebody's. So this is that preparatory period for that pressure. Healing angel. At this very moment, you are being bathed in gold, pink, and deep green light. Accept this healing. We, your angels, surround you with wings of love. You are eternally free, eternally fresh, and eternally abundant. So pink, gold, and green light, if you've been getting those essence. In other words, there is a strong sense coming from the angels of, we know that Aquarius needs to feel healed right now. And what they need to feel healed from is anxiety, because their own brain is eating away at them. And that's what this pressure is. This is your own brain and the expectations that you feel now that you're levying on yourself because somebody else's expectations of you just leveled up. But there is also this sense of maybe now they're not really lying to you. And even if they're going through craziness and neediness, just you being you is enough. You think you have to do more because you want to live up to this challenge, but who gave you the challenge? Was it them or was it you? Because remember, and I know, if they keep saying no, even though I know you know something else is going on underneath the surface, you have to let it go. Let what's under the surface be theirs until they're ready to bring it up. For right now, you being you is what they need. Peace. No matter where you are or what you're doing, inner peace is always possible. All it takes is a subtle shift in awareness. Think love and peace will follow. So the advice from the angels is focus on how much this situation or person loves you instead of the tumultuousness that you feel underneath, because the focusing on that feeling of the unpredictable underneath is what's giving you such great bouts of anxiety and what's making you work too hard right now. And we want to relieve that. That's what really needs to be cured and focused on right now, is relieving that sense of anxiety in you. Sacred knowledge. Close your eyes and focus on your breath, because you need more air in your lungs right now. Feel the peace within. Beyond your thought, I just heard something. Invite them to a yoga class. Invite them into a shared meditation, because you need to breathe. And I see you taking them by the hands and sharing breath with them. I see the two of you doing this because they need your presence and you need the breath. So this could be a physical 3D exercise that could start to ease that tension for the both of you. Beyond your thoughts lies your eternal truth. The I am presence of eternal love. You have everything that you need inside of you right now. Last but not least, harmony. Disharmony occurs when we try to resist life's natural flow. That's interesting. Everything has its cycle. Every stage of life has its own unique meaning and purpose. Every day can be harmonious if we want it to be. So, and I know this is going to sound crazy, the pull that you're feeling, the fear that you have of being pulled under, you're being pulled under for a reason, because you're going to be sucked into the current that's going to spit you out where you want to be. But it's almost this sense of being so scared of where you're being pulled because it's such an unnatural environment for you that you're resisting going. It's almost like you're stuck in this drain because you're like, oh my God, this is the death of me. But it's not. It's almost like remember that scene from Finding Nemo where Nemo gets freed through the drain? That's what it is. This feeling of suction on you right now is to basically suck you into a current that you need to go. But it looks so terrifying that you don't want to let go. Let's get into the tarot card spread because I know it's got further wisdom. I will see you guys over in the extended. The link is below.